Hello everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Let's jump right in, because today we're unpacking a truly fascinating development in the health insurance space. It's the ripple effect of Medicare Supplement Birthday Rules. It's this classic double-edged sword of recent state-level regulations. And using some fantastic, brand-new data provided by Craig Smith from the Craig Smith Insurance Group, we're going to trace exactly how a well-intentioned policy, one meant to help consumers, is sending massive shockwaves through the entire industry. It really is a perfect case study in cause and effect.
Okay, let's dive straight into our agenda. We'll start with the Medicare switching dilemma, then enter the birthday rule. After that, we'll cover carrier responses and stability, the impact on market competition, the consumer trade-off, and wrap up with a call for collaboration. This structure is going to help us track that ripple effect from the initial regulatory splash all the way back to the consumer.
All right, Section 1, the Medicare switching dilemma.
To really understand why these new rules are popping up, we have to look at the core differences between the two main Medicare options dominating the market right now. You've got Original Medicare paired with a Medicare Supplement on one side and Medicare Advantage on the other. Now, Medicare Advantage completely dominates. Over 50% of eligible consumers choose it. And a massive reason for that? It's federally regulated and features annual plans. Every single year, policyholders have the right to shop around, change plans, and, this is absolutely crucial, avoid medical underwriting when they do it. But Medicare supplement policies? Totally different beast. They're regulated at the state level, meaning there is zero nationwide equivalent to that annual switching opportunity. Once you're in, switching later usually means passing medical underwriting, which can literally trap people in plans if their health declines. Because they lack that federal flexibility, individual states have started stepping in to create their own solutions.
Moving on to Section 2. Enter the birthday rule.
So what is the most popular fixed states are using? It's the birthday rule. Let's define it. A birthday rule is a state-level rule that allows Medicare supplement policyholders to change their policy to a new carrier each year around their birthday without being subjected to medical underwriting. It's incredibly straightforward, but man, is it powerful. It completely mimics that annual right to switch that Medicare Advantage users have. Basically, every year when you blow out your candles, you get the freedom to shop your rate without worrying about your medical history holding your back.
And you know, the landscape is actively shifting as we speak. Look at this recent activity just since the third quarter of 2025. Two states, New Mexico and West Virginia, have officially added the birthday rule to their books. Meanwhile, Minnesota took a slightly different route and added an annual enrollment period. This really proves the idea is spreading like wildfire across the country as states try to empower their residents. Now, what's genuinely fascinating about the pending legislation is how states are experimenting with the actual structure of these rules. Notice the variations here. New Jersey is proposing a continuous window for any carrier and any plan. But then if you look at Michigan and Ohio, they're considering a 60-day window around the birthday, but restricting it to the exact same plan across any carrier. Pennsylvania is doing something kind of similar, with a 60-day window effective in 2027, allowing for the same or a variation of the plan. So states are actively tinkering with the formula to see what works best.
Which brings us to Section 3, carrier responses and stability.
While this sounds amazing for consumers on the surface, there's a massive unintended consequence, an immediate shock to carrier stability. Think about it objectively from a business standpoint. When states introduce these rules, carriers already in those markets suddenly have a major problem. They literally did not price their products for this new risk. They priced for a stable pool of enrollees, right? Not a fluid one jumping ship without medical underwriting every single year. So, to remain profitable, carriers are forced into one of three defensive strategies. Number 1, increase premium rates to account for this expanded non-underwritten business. Number 2, decrease agent commissions to offset their rising loss ratios. Or number 3, the nuclear option, close the block of business in that state entirely to new sales.
Next up, Section 4, impact on market competition.
We don't even have to guess what happens when carriers use those defensive strategies. We have the hard data from states that implemented these rules between 2022 and 2024. And the numbers don't lie. Average Plan G rate increases for open blocks cumulatively ranged 1.7% to 4.9% higher than the nationwide baseline of states without special rules over those 3 years. That is the objective reality. Rates are objectively climbing higher and faster in birthday rule states than the rest of the country because carriers are scrambling to price in that new, unpredictable risk.
But it doesn't just stop at rate hikes. So the crucial point here is 38%. Take a second to process that number. Over those same 3 years following rule implementation, birthday rule states averaged a staggering 38% reduction in the number of carriers offering a Medicare supplement product.
And the comparison brilliantly illustrates the real issue. You have that 38% drop in carriers in birthday rule states versus the nationwide baseline for states without the rule, which naturally saw only a 29% decrease. That difference? That is the ripple effect in action. The rule significantly accelerates the flight of carriers from the market. If this trend keeps up, these states risk leaving their residents with only a tiny handful of options, all carrying highly elevated premium rates.
Let's look at Section 5, the consumer trade-off.
So what does this all ultimately mean for the policyholders standing right in the middle of this massive market shift? Well, it's a true double-edged sword. On the pro side, the birthday rule is a fantastic tool for the individual. It gives them the immediate opportunity to shop for a lower premium rate, or maybe find an alternate plan that better fits their current health needs. It's total freedom. But look at the cons. The gift of that switching freedom comes with a very real price tag, a drastically reduced number of carriers to actually choose from, and the almost guaranteed mathematical likelihood of higher overall premium rates for everyone in the pool over time. You get the freedom to shop, for sure, but you might just find the store shelves empty and the prices sky high.
Finally, Section 6, a call for collaboration.
With more states considering these types of rules, I want to share a quote directly from the Craig Smith Insurance Group's analysis, because it absolutely hits the nail on the head regarding the path forward. It will be critical moving forward that regulators and industry work together to ensure that the rules implemented do not significantly harm either policyholders or carriers, so that Medicare supplement markets remain robust. It's a delicate balancing act, you know? Mutual survival requires balancing the genuine need for consumer protection with the cold, hard math of carrier risk. If regulators ignore the carriers leave. If carriers ignore the consumers, the regulators legislate. They simply have to work together.
I want to leave you with this final, provocative thought to chew on as we wrap up. Will the birthday rule be the gift that keeps on giving, empowering patients year after year? Or is it the exact mechanism that eventually breaks the market entirely? It's a fascinating question, and one we'll be watching closely as more states roll out their legislation. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer today. Keep asking great questions, keep looking at the data, and keep tracking those ripple effects in healthcare policy.